What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience and continuing with the oud theme from Ensar Oud. Today I have for you none other than Kam Kyoryo, which is part of the organic offering of from Ensar Oud. If I can get this to focus. Okay, right here. All right. So this is part of the organic offering of ouds from the Ensar Oud website. I got this as a sampler with my most recent order. I've yet to smell it. So this is the first experience with you guys. Luckily, this one does have musing as well as a bit of a descriptive on the Ensar Oud website. So we will go through that first, then I'll do an experience with you guys as per usual, and then, we'll take it from there. For myself today, I will be not having coffee because yours truly has not been sleeping and my ticker in my chest feels like it's gonna explode on me and I'm gonna die of a heart attack. So I'm taking it easy on the cafe, but for the rest of you, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe, sit back, relax, and let's get started with this, okay? So, let's start with the musing off of the website. So, Kam Kyoryo. Oud is learned. It is not something you can just try or read about and then expect to know everything overnight. Just like tea appreciation or cigar connoisseurship or recognizing scales in music, oud is a journey. If you're reading this, it means you've already embarked on this journey and you'd like to dive deeper into this magical world. This may be your first Cambodian oud purchase or your 10th. Either way, at EO, it's all about facilitating that journey, to let you experience the finest oud at every level. It could be through discovering what traditional Cambodian oud smells like in the first place, or like what you have here, exploring through contrast, smelling a Cambodi that shows you a different dimension to what you'd normally expect to coax out of Kampuchea's krasnas. Cambodian oud does not typically showcase a smooth incense heart like you'll smell in Kam Kyoryo. Quite the contrary. It's typically light and fruity with notes of apricot or peach jam, often replete with auxiliary notes. The dry downs are usually a bit tart or sawdust woody. It's not supposed to smell like green incense dipped in aged puera, like krasnas jacked up with raw resin to show their muscle, as is the case with this Cambodi. Navigating the oud landscape can be overwhelming. Where do you start? Why are there such a price discrepancies? How does Kam Kyoryo compare to the oud that elsewhere would cost you 500 per gram? That's why it's crucial to have authentic benchmarks. As your nose learns the nuances, you begin to discern between fermentation and auxiliary notes, and you start being able to tell apart oud from different regions and tell the difference between steam or CO2 extraction. Before too long, you begin to notice degrees of quality within regions, and before you know it, you'd be able to tell cultivated oud from wild oud like you'd distinguish between black and blue. All the while, as you progress, you'd notice you enjoy oud more and more. You'll appreciate how in Kam Kyoryo, the jammy profile of your typical Cambodian oud is replaced by this just about fruitless creamy incense tone that makes it a delectable addition to your palate and a fantastic daily swiper. Once you can train your nose to the point of being able to tell between wild and cultivated oud, despite the distillation style, your collection would have instantly quadrupled in value in the sense that you can get that much more out of every whiff, resonating with these trees and fully indulge in the miracle that is oud. You might remember the olfactory savant I spoke about years ago, how I gave him a swipe of oud and challenged him to identify it. Not only did he correctly specify the region, but added that it smells about 80% wild and 20% cultivated. That was exactly the ratio of that oil. Not only do such noses exist, but you can achieve such a level of olfactory refinement. To be fair, though, that man had been distilling oud for about 30 years at that point. It's a great responsibility to be the go-to source for artisanal oud. It requires from us a high standard on all fronts, since if you're new to oud, we must ensure that your benchmarks are accurate. While there's no messing around with a seasoned oud head, you expect the best, so that's all we strive to give you. Most Cambodian ouds you'll encounter will be of a yellow-brown profile. If you're lucky enough to score a quality vintage distillation, you'd discover a red liqueur-like depth that made Cambodian oud famous. The brown, yellow, bright fruity, run-of-the-mill Cambodies are typically from lower-grade cultivated agar wood, often imported from Thailand, which is why they often smell eerily similar. While you'd expect the bittersweet red aroma only from old stock, high-grade wild harvests, Kam Kyoryo, on the other hand, takes you to greener pastures. This oud was co-distilled using mostly cultivated agar wood, but a portion of the brew was a wild harvest used to bolster the profile. Part of the wild harvests are from trees that are still growing. The resin is chiseled out and the tree is allowed to continue growing. In the past, the tree would have been cut down as soon as it was found, but now that there are practically no wild trees left, hunters are more conscious of how to obtain and prolong the ability to obtain wild resin. It's no small feat to have this sustainable approach. It takes a 3-day trek into the jungle to come back with only a little bit, which you gather over a month. So you can imagine how long you have to wait in order to distill an exclusively wild Cambodi this way. But it's not just the apportioning of the grades of wood that gives Kam Kyoryo its distinct profile, but the way these harvests were distilled. If you ever wondered what artisanal oud distillation means, distill Cambodian agar wood and try not to get the fruity jammy tones. Instead of bright notes of overripe apricot, Kam Kyoryo greets you with a lush herbaceous blast layered in clouds of incense. Smell deeply and you'll pick up on a beautifully discreet mintness, not exactly in a mentholic sense, but rather mint's piercing quality, which in oud terms often hints at quality, hence its rarity. You wouldn't expect this ozonic petrichor, green filtered through vapors from low-temp oud ships bubbling in Cambodian oud, and after a few swipes you discover how addictive it is. What you have here is the same quality oud that elsewhere sells for 500 per gram. We could have honored the market and followed market pricing, asking 1500 for a bottle because that's the benchmark that's out there. But that's the problem. We want you to experience oud properly, to have an authentic journey. That's all it has ever been about. So rather than charge you 500 a gram for this oil, we're going to give it to you for a fraction of its value, as we believe an educated consumer is our greatest asset. An oud journey without a Cambodi to reach for is like wearing only one boot for the hike. Kam Kyoryo is worth it for the lessons it has to teach alone, and worth it even more because it's difficult for me to imagine someone who loves oud who won't be tempted to take 4 fat swipes every time you uncap the bottle. Alright, and there's, you guys, quite amazing reviews here too on the website off of this. So, obviously this is quite something special, and like I said, this is going to be my first time smelling it with you guys, so let's go. I kind of wish I had coffee with me right now, but I need to sleep. Literally, like I feel like a chamber of my heart in my chest is not functioning properly, and this insistent pain in my chest, and I know it's from the lack of sleep. So man, the struggles of modern day life, eh? Okay. Yo. Wow. God damn, this is God, man. Whoa! What? That's it. I don't even need to continue this video. Just fucking go by it. Wow. You do definitely get that jammy peach in there, but you definitely also get the mentholy quality of the oud. It's a resinous. Has a very nice, sweet, jammy fruit quality to it. Yeah, it definitely does smell like an apricot jam or a peach jam in terms of the aroma. Yes, you do get this mintiness more than the mentholiness, but there is definitely a bit of that mentholiness antiseptic quality here. Very, very low though, not very strong. Yeah, the antiseptic quality is there, but it's very, very low. There's also slightly fermented quality to this. It is so, so subtle and you have to really look for it, but I don't know. It's, wow. There's something really happy and uplifting about this one. Wow, it's just so good. This is what was that? Hold on a sec. There's something here that's perfumey quality wise, but I can't quite put my nose on it. And it's a very airy oud. It's very light in the way you sniff it. And it's very happy. Like, it's just so, so happy. Like, it just hit my brain and it's just instant joy. It did wake me up a bit because I am feeling a bit sluggish because I'm not having coffee and it's later in the day. What is that? Wow. This one is, it's very ironic that they tried to put it as a more of an introduction, but there's so much going on in here. I can see this. I do agree that it is a daily wearer. It does have a mentholy, minty, apricot, peach, jammy quality to it. It's resinous, slightly incensey. I can see the herbaceousness, but I wouldn't say it's forward leaning like they said in the description. There's a slight rusticness to this. It's kind of like an aged rustic wood almost. It's very subtle, but it's so, so nice, you guys. Wow. And I'm salivating from smelling it. This is how you know it's good shit. Wow, I might actually have to pull the trigger on this. I didn't even know. Like, I've never had neat Cambodia before, nor have I smelled it. So this for me is... This is stunning, you guys. Wow. Wait, how much is it? Okay, I think I'm gonna stop sniffing because I feel like I'm gonna pass out if I keep doing that. I just wanna quickly take a look at how much is it. Oh wow, so 2.5 grams are for 140. That's actually very, very affordable. Wow, I'm gonna have to to pull the trigger on that. Yeah, because this is just it's probably one of the. I mean, again, I've never had standalone Cambodi or Cambodi, whatever way you pronounce it. Wow, this is and it's so okay. I need to look more into this because this is from the price point. I mean, my God, I need this in my life. Hold on a second. Let me see what else they have. Because I've been discounting you guys any of the organic ouds in the collection just because there's always this assumption that wild is better. But this is really changing my mind here. Oh, wow. Okay. I have some more shopping to do. Okay. So, obviously I don't have a swipe in my skin because I barely have any in here, but let's talk some stats, some facts, some deets on this. In terms of performance, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the projection on this is gonna be low to medium. And hear me out before you chew me out. Here's why. It doesn't have this typical strong oud profile you get with fermented ouds. This is slightly sweeter. Yes, you get slightly mentholy, minty, peachy, jammy, incensey, rusticy vibe to it. But I feel that once I do apply it to my skin is gonna eat it up, and it's not gonna be that super potent. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a low to medium in terms of projection. Trail and Silage, I'm gonna say it's a straight up skin scent, so it's gonna be low. So it's definitely something that someone really needs to get close to your skin to pick on it, and you're wearing it for your personal enjoyment, not for others. So that's how I foresee this, you guys. And that's not a bad thing. With this one in particular, my God, it's such a happy-go-lucky oud. It's just such... I mean, listen, if you're depressed or you struggle with depression, before you get on meds, maybe try taking a whiff of this. It literally just uplifted me. It's so, so nice, you guys. It is so happy-go-lucky. So yeah, but in terms of performance, let's say low to medium. In terms of seasonality, I'm gonna say this is versatile enough to wear across all 4 seasons. It's not very heavy leaning oud wise, nor too light. Somewhere in the middle, maybe slightly biased to light in terms of oudiness. But you can wear it across all seasons. If anything, even though it's not a heavy oud, I would love to wear this during winter when we have very little sunlight and it's cold, because it has such an uplifting, happy-go-lucky vibe to it. With respect to time of day, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say this after you take your shower in the morning should be the first thing you put on as you're making your cup of coffee, right? You want to start your day right. This is a day starter. This is part of your morning routine to get started with your day, to set you in the right headspace for you to go on and take on life and your work and your mission and your responsibilities. It's such a great oud to put you in that mind frame, to make you optimistic, to make you see things from a brighter perspective, if you wish. And this is very, very interesting for me that way, because I've never thought of an oud to be sort of a performance enhancer, if you wish, to start your day with. But this is fascinating to me that this does exist, because now yours truly has to get on it. So with that said, I'm gonna say, listen, you can wear it across the day, honestly. But I think morning, just because it's such a orange-hued, bright, happy-go-lucky oud, listen, it would work great in the morning with everything else you have going for you. Okay, so I do recommend that you have this as morning wear. You can wear it across the day for sure, but most certainly morning is going to be the best time for you to enjoy this, to get your day started. Now, with respect to how you would dress it, listen, I think because of the qualities of this oud, you can actually dress it formally or casually or anything in between. This oud is more about the mood, the vibe, the attitude, rather than complementing the dress you're gonna have on, the dress or the clothing or your whatever you're wearing. If anything, your clothing is gonna be the accessory to this oud, not the other way around. And again, the oud is central to the state of your mind, right? We're talking here about an oud that uplifts you. So if you feel uplifted on a suit, great. If you feel uplifted in the casual clothing, great. If you feel uplifted just in swimwear, great. Whatever uplifts you and makes you feel confident and happy, wear it after applying this oud as an accessory to the oud, not the other way around. Okay? With respect to context, where you would wear this, honestly, again, it's very versatile. It has formal leaning qualities to it, but also casual leaning qualities that the setting or the context doesn't really matter. This is very office friendly, okay? So you can wear it to the office. You can also wear it to a barbecue. You can wear it to the gym, wherever you're going. Personally, I would love to wear this as I start my day, preferably while I'm on vacation, because it'll help me sort of recover faster from my work depression and being repressed down, and just get into that happy-go-lucky, restorative, restful vacation mode where I'm going on adventures, discovering things, eating new foods. So I find that this, for me personally, would be the ideal circumstance, context slash setting, but it's so versatile, you guys. You can wear it in whatever setting or context you wish to do so. With respect to the gender spectrum, this one is very gender neutral, I would say. If you're a lady, feel free to put it on. If you're a dude, feel free to put it on. If you're anybody in between, you're gonna do well with this. It's neither, it's not leaning to either masculine or feminine. It just really works well with whoever is putting it on. Now, final thoughts. Do I recommend Kam Kyoryo for a blind buy? 100% yes. Get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it. You don't even need a sampler for this. At 149 US dollars for the 2.5 grams, it's a steal for what it is. And you literally get a really good sense of oud without being put off from oud. Especially if you're new to ouds, those sort of fermented, strong, smoky, leathery, incensey ouds that are very foresty-like in their notes also could be a bit off-putting. But this is such a friendly oud to get your nose on it that I think this is a mass appealing oud. If there was ever one, this is it right here. So super easy, super enjoyable, super happy-go-lucky, and can't say enough good things about it, which is very surprising to me because I really need to start smelling the samples I receive, not just doing it live. Well, not live, but for the first time on a recording. But yeah, I'm grabbing at least a 2.5 gram of this, if not more, because this is so good, you guys. Okay? With that said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. As per usual, very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.